What's up, you guys? Cece back with another video, and I'm so excited because it's been such a while since I filmed. So I'm just so happy to be sitting here talking to you guys and filming with you guys. I've been under the weather for the last several weeks, and I'm just really happy to be back and be healthy. All right, so let's jump right into this video. We are going to do makeup for people who don't like wearing makeup. So first things first, if this is your first time watching me or my channel, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button. Also, make sure you click the little notification bell right next to the subscribe button so you can always be notified of all of my future videos, because you never want to miss a single upload. If you want to follow me in between uploads, you also want to be following me on Instagram at YvetteLuvsBeauty, as well as my family vlog channel right here on YouTube at Bradley TV. So, you guys, first of all, I need to re-glue my wig down on the side, so let's not pay attention to that, okay? But I wanted to bring you guys this video because I get questions all the time from people saying, oh my gosh, you use too much makeup. What's a good makeup routine with just a few products? And I don't really like wearing makeup. It looks like a mask. It feels like a mask. I don't like wearing makeup. I don't want to wear that much makeup. What can I do to still look put together? You guys wouldn't believe how many times I get those questions. So I wanted to do this video with like literally minimal products. I have 5 staple products sitting here in front of me that you can use and do a full face. Now I will be adding in just a couple of extra products that I'll show you guys to enhance the look if you want, but you can get away with just using these 5 products that I have sitting in front of me. Okay, let's get started. Just drinking my coffee, y'all. So good. I'm using the Snickers bar creamer, and then I have some whipped cream on it. So good. In my little coffee cup, it says, I love you more than Wi-Fi. Isn't that so cute? So first thing we're going to start off with is one of those optional products, and that is primer. Now for me, I use primer every single time I do makeup. I have oily skin, my pores are a little large, so I like using primer just to combat those issues. But if you don't have any of those issues, if you don't feel like primer is necessary, then skip it. Simply do not use it. Some people swear by primer like I do, and then some people are like, that stuff don't work, they just trying to get your money. So if that's how you feel and you don't feel like it does anything for you, by all means, please skip this step. But I am going to use primer today. I'm going to use the Peter Thomas Roth Skin to Die For No Filter Mattifying Primer and Complexion Perfector. So our first necessary product is brows. You gotta do your brows, okay? Your brows frame the face. Y'all, this is giving me anxiety. I need to go ahead and just glue this wig down, but I'm not. All right, so your brows frame the face. You gotta do brows, okay? Brows are something that you have to practice at. It's not something that you get the first time. Trust me, it makes it a lot easier if your eyebrows are already done, if they're plucked, if they're waxed, if they're threaded. Whatever you do to your brows, it just makes them a lot easy. It makes doing them a lot easier when there's already a shape. As you can see, mine don't have a shape right now because I have not plucked them in such a long time. Like I said, I've been under the weather, so I'm gonna show you guys how I do my brows when they're not done. This is me like trying to run out the door, go to work, and my brows need to be filled in. So let me just show you guys what I do. I do have several eyebrow routines on my channel, but I'm gonna make this really quick. First things first, you just want to make sure you brush through them a little bit. Like, my brows look so terrible. They're so thick. Oh my God, they look a mess, but just like to brush through them. Then I'm going to take my pencil. I'm using the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil. This is in the shade Dark Brown. It's such a great basic brow pencil. It's $4.99 at the drugstore, and it works just as good as a high-end pencil, I promise. So first thing I do is outline my brows underneath. So I start at the beginning, just really light strokes, and I just outline underneath my brow. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just start making the shape. So that's it. That's step 1. Y'all see that? Step 1. Oh, and make sure your eyes are relaxed. Don't like be like this when you're doing it. And I know sometimes it's hard to stop making that face, but just make sure everything is relaxed. Because if you outline your brows like this, that's how they gonna look. And you're gonna look crazy. So, FYI. Now I do the same thing to the top, but I start like right here. I don't start all the way up here. I start outlining maybe about a quarter of the way in. So just start there and then start outlining. I just don't want them to look too boxy. And I feel like when I start outlining at the top all the way at the tip, it just looks real boxy. And I don't like that. So see that? I know we look a little crazy, but we'll fix it. So those are the first couple steps to doing my brows. And then literally I just go in and fill in with really small strokes. I just fill in the middle. Quick, small, hair-like strokes. I try to be a little more light-handed at the front. And then you can go a little more heavy-handed towards the end, the tail. And if they look a little thick, don't worry about it. We're going to clean it up with concealer. So if they look a little thick, let them look a little thick. It's cool. I'll just make my corrections here. Fill in any sparse areas. Y'all, that's how I do my brows for real. I should say that's how I do my basic brow, because I have several brow routines depending on the makeup look, where I'm going, what I'm doing. I have several brow routines, but this is how I do my basic every day. I gotta run up out the door brows. So here are my brows. They're looking a little thick, a little crazy for my liking, but we're going to go ahead and clean them up. And what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to take my foundation, and this is the Maybelline Super Stay foundation. We're going to use this on the face, but I'm going to take this on my brows right now, and I am just going to clean them up. So I just take a little angled brush like this. Any angled brush will do, and I dip it into the foundation. And the reason I use the foundation is because the foundation is actually my skin tone. The concealer is a little lighter. I don't want the light outline around my brows. Like, the foundation works perfectly fine. And I just go underneath and clean up any mess ups that I made. Or I can also thin them out a little bit too. And this just makes the brows just look a little cleaner. And not only does it make them look cleaner, like, you see the difference between the two brows? Like, it looks so much better. Not only does it make it look cleaner, but when you use something that's your skin tone, whether it be a concealer or a foundation, it makes it look, it's not obvious that you put something around your brows to clean it up. You know what I'm saying? It just looks like you did a damn good job on your brows. So, and you guys, once you practice with it, this literally takes me probably 2.5 to 3 minutes. I can race through this. Like I said, 2.5 to 3 minutes tops on my brows. Okay, I feel like that's the part of the face that gives people the most anxiety. But let's go on to the part of the face where I think gives people the second most anxiety, and that is actual foundation. Now, you have options for foundation. You can use either powder foundation or liquid foundation. If you use powder foundation, it will cut out an entire step. So I have 5 products for you. it'll turn this into 4 products. If you want to use powder foundation, this would be the time to use it. Or if you want to use concealer, you can use concealer first and then put on the powder foundation. I just prefer liquid foundation. I feel like I look a little better. I feel like it lasts a little longer. That's just my preference. But again, you can use whatever works for you. So I'm going to use this stick foundation, actually, not liquid today. And this is the Maybelline Super Stay Multi-Use Stick Foundation. I'm in the shade 330 Toffee Caramel. You guys know I love this stuff. Haven't shown it to you guys in a while, but I still use it. As you can see, it's almost gone. I love this stick foundation because it's so easy to use. It's really nice and beginner friendly. So I've already primed my face, and I'm basically just gonna put a few strokes of this on. You don't have to put that much. You can put that much. You can put more. Whatever your preference is, do so. Whatever makes you comfortable. But this foundation is just really, really nice. It's, I don't know, it sinks right into the skin. It looks amazing, and it's easy application. I feel like you can't get much better than that. And it's drugstore, and I believe it's under $10. I want to say it's $9.99 at most stores. Aftermath of the foundation. You can leave your face like this and go out the door if you want. This isn't how I would leave it, but I mean, honestly, you can go out the door like this. You look nice, you look put together. It looks pretty good in my opinion. But if you want to just enhance it just a little more, I have a few more products for you. So what are we on? Product number 3. But before we go to product number 3, I do have an optional product for you, and that is concealer. Depending on how you like your face and what type of skin concerns you have, you may want to pick up concealer. Once again, this isn't necessary. This is optional. For me, I don't have bags or anything under my eyes. My skin is pretty good underneath my eyes for the most part. I also don't have many like blemishes or dark marks to cover. So concealer isn't necessary, but it's something that I use every day just because I like how it highlights the face. That is strictly what I use this concealer for. So that's why I said it's completely optional. If you're like me, you don't have anything to cover, or you're just like, you know what, it's fine, I don't need to cover those things, you're good to go out the door. But for me, I do like to add some concealer underneath the eyes, so I'm just gonna literally just slap a little concealer underneath my eyes. And once again, this is, y'all, this is like my basic everyday face. This is what I do when I go to work. Like, don't nobody got time to be getting crazy dolled up. And I can do this whole face in about 10 minutes. And FYI, I'm using a beauty sponge. This is my favorite tool to use because I don't need separate things for my foundation and my concealer. And if I'm using any other cream products, I don't need a separate tool. I can use my beauty blender for both or for all, and it works just fine. And I love that. So okay, so that's that. So you guys see how it brightens up the under eye area just a little bit, just gives my face a little dimension. So now we're gonna set the face. This is a necessary product. This is product number 3. And this is my Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder in Translucent Medium. So they just came out with colors. They used to only have translucent, but now they have translucent medium and translucent deep in this setting powder. This is one of the best setting powders on the market, in my opinion. And so for this, I'm just going to set my entire face as well as my under eye area. So I'm going to set both. I'm not going to use 2 separate powders for this. I'm just going to take a powder brush. If you do opt to use concealer, make sure you set it very well so it doesn't crease or move around on you, slide all the way over something. Just make sure you set it with that same powder. You do not need a separate powder to add over the concealer. You can use a separate translucent powder or banana powder or something like that, but you do not have to set your concealer with one of those. You can set it with a skin tone powder like I'm doing right now, and it'll look just fine. So the next product that I deem necessary for the face, this is like a super multitasking product, and it's the CoverFX Face Perfector palette. And this is how it looks. Now you can get these at the drugstore. You can get these high-end. Almost every brand has a palette like this where they combine the highlighter, the bronzer, and the blush in a palette. And so it makes it very easy. I know Makeup Revolution has one. Morphe has one. Pretty much every brand, like I said, has one. Elf has one. So you can have one palette and get all of your face powders in one. Again, this one's by CoverFX. I particularly like these because I love the different color blush shades that you have, the highlighters. Like I like having variety, but this one isn't necessary. There are plenty more. If you like, you're also able to go out just like this. I do want to say that after every step because I think it's important to know that you don't have to do any of this, you know? If you like your face just like this, that's perfectly fine. Go out, go to work, you will look perfectly fine, I promise you. But I like to do this just to add some color back to the face. When you put foundation on your face, it takes away all of your dimensions, all of your everything, which is the reason I used concealer, and that's also the reason I'm going to add some shadow back to my face, some highlighter. I just want to give my face a little life. But again, not necessary at all. But this is my fourth product recommendation. I love this palette. I use it a lot, and yeah, I just really think this is such a great palette for especially someone on the go who is like, I don't want to have to dig through bronzers, blushes, and highlighters to find my perfect one. This comes all in one palette. So I'm going to take the contour powder and I'm actually going to mix it with some of this deep blush right here. And I'm just gonna add it to my cheekbones. So I think bronzing up the face just adds a little shadow to your face, and I love doing it because it just gives your face a little more shape, a little more definition, and so that's the reason I choose to bronze. But again, totally unnecessary if you don't want to do it. Now the reason I mixed it with the blush is because the contour powder in this palette is a little darker than I would like for myself, so I just mixed the two together, and since this blush is deep, it just gives also a little color to the cheeks and kind of acts as a bronzer blush all in one. So since that is the case, my next step will be to skip blush, and I'm just going to highlight. So I'm going to take a mixture of this highlighter right here and then this one in the middle, and I'm just going to mix the two together and add them to the tops of my cheekbones. And it doesn't have to be a lot. Like highlighter does not have to be, it doesn't have to have that wet look. I know that's what we see all over Instagram. Don't let that stuff fool y'all. That does not have to be how your highlighter looks. Like, you don't have to look like that on an everyday basis. I feel like seeing those like Instagram models and stuff like that, I feel like that scares people away from makeup sometimes because they're like, ooh, I don't want to look like that at work on an everyday basis, you know? But you don't have to. You really don't have to. You can look nice, poised, and put together with just a few products and a few minutes in the morning. So next I have another optional product for you guys. For some people this is like a staple. They have to put this product on every single day. For me, I'll sometimes forget and I don't put this product on every single day. And that is mascara. I like putting on mascara, and most days I do, but some days I just don't deem it necessary, so I don't do it. You can get all types of great mascaras at the drugstore. I would not recommend purchasing a high-end mascara, especially if you're a makeup beginner, but unless you're just curious and want to try it, I don't think a high-end mascara is worth it. When I purchase high-end mascaras, usually I get samples, and I purchase this size for a cheaper price for like $10 or $12, but you can get a full-size mascara at the drugstore for $5, $6, $7, $8, $9. You know what I'm saying? So this one is the Smashbox Super Fanned Out Mascara, but again, don't feel like you have to get a high-end mascara because you don't. So do you guys just see the difference? This eye looks a lot more awoke, a lot more open, and I just really like the way mascara makes my lashes look. So again, it's optional, but I do think that it enhances the look a lot. So my fifth and final necessary product to pull yourself together in the morning would be lips. Now, I'm not talking lipstick. You don't have to wear lipstick. You don't have to wear liquid lipstick. It doesn't have to be a color, but I think you do need something on your lips just to give them a little pop, you know, whether that's a lip gloss or even some people just put a lip liner. Some people put a lip balm and it just looks good, gives your lips a little shine, make sure they're not crusty and all of that. So for me, I'm actually going to use two products, but you guys, a lip liner is absolutely unnecessary. I like the dropping stuff. I like the way these two look together, but a lip liner is absolutely optional and unnecessary. What I think is necessary is just a nice lip gloss that you can apply throughout the day. So I have here the the MAC lip liner in the shade Cork. And I have the Fenty lip gloss in the shade Fussy. So I'm going to use these two together, but once again, don't feel like you need a lip liner, just some lip gloss to slap on your lips. So this is it, you guys. This is literally the look that I do pretty much every single day. I look so good. I look like I put so much effort into my makeup, and I can honestly do this look in about 7 to 10 minutes, just depending on how detailed I want to get. There are a few more things that you can do to enhance the look. You can put some highlighter in your inner corner just to open your eyes a little more. You can use eyeliner around your, your eyelids. You can do a lot of stuff. Of course, you can do eyeshadow, and to be honest, you can do a full eyeshadow look just using this palette. This is one of the reasons I love this palette. Like, you can throw something like this into your crease, put something like this color right on your lid, pop it on your lid, maybe smoke it out a little bit with the contour shade. Y'all, you can do an entire face with this palette. It's really, really nice. And again, you don't have to get the CoverFX one. They have so many different versions and so many different brands. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you and informative. If you like videos like this, please let me know what other videos you would like to see, and I would be happy to do them for you. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.